Gotta hit you. Slap in your face. Quick in the face. Whoa, 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 man down. Whoa, 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 man down.
Hello. Good evening. Guten Tag. How's everybody doing? Hopefully okay. You guys are going to get to watch me eat tonight, by the way. So those of you that find that exciting, just be prepared. Because there will be a peanut butter and jelly sandwich eaten on the stream. That's just a tantalizing taste of what we have in store for tonight's amazing show. Yeah, we're going to mukbang it up tonight. Now, I'm not really trying to do a mukbang, but I did want to eat this peanut butter and jelly that I've got over here, so you guys will have to deal with it. You just have to deal. Thoughts on bananas on PB&J? Hell yes. Bananas on pretty much anything good where I stand. Like I'm happy with a banana no matter what. How many PB&Js could you eat right now if you tried? How many? I don't know, man. It depends on the PB&J too. Like PB&Js are different. Like different people have different styles of PB&J making. So, you know what I mean? Just depends what kind of bread's being used. I prefer smooth to crunchy, but I do not turn my nose up at crunchy. I think crunchy is good, but I prefer smooth. Always prefer the smooth. So I've got some ideas for the set here. I've been working on the set a little bit, like where I shoot and all of that. I've got this really good idea. I do a lot of sitting for my job, and I need a place because I've totally got the ability now. I've got the room where I can stand up. So I'm going to get a second camera that's pointed at a part of the wall back over this way that I can stand up and talk to you guys. I actually did it during Flash Fried today. We recorded a long ass Flash Fried, and I was like, dude, I got to stand up, stretch my legs a little bit. And for about 30 minutes of Flash Fried, I stood, and I felt way better. So I may have to stand at some point tonight too. You guys are just going to have to deal with that. I'm getting old, man. I can't just sit there. Can't just sit there. No, standing actually was nice. I felt like, yeah, my energy level felt good standing up too. I was like, whoa, yeah. I'm going crazy. Paula, what about peanut butter and fluff? What's fluff? What the fuck is fluff? Excuse me. Pardon me while I whip this out. Now, what the fuck is fluff? Marshmallow spread? Oh, sure. Why not? Peanut butter and marshmallow goes good together. You bought a treadmill. I did pretty good on... I didn't use a treadmill. I used... the last time I was really like working out in a gym and shit, I used an elliptical because it was way lower impact, and that helps me because I'm old and fat. So yeah, I might look into like maybe getting an elliptical machine, but I don't want to do it while I'm living here. I'll maybe do that after we move out of Louisiana. So I don't want to buy any more shit to ship across the country. No, I'm going to be driving most of it across the country as it is. So. PB&J time. That's a good PB&J. Yeah, I had marshmallow spread. I just don't call it fluff. It's like marshmallow spread or marshmallow sauce or whatever the fuck. I've had that shit. 2 hours of TV equals 2 hours of exercise. I don't know if I'm going to go that hard, but, you know, trying to do a little better. It says fluff on the packaging. I mean, I've had it before. I guess I've never had it enough to know the name of it. What the fuck you want from me? A dab of Nutella on the PB&J. Nutella is the real deal, dude. I don't even buy it because I'll just sit and eat it. Like, I don't even bother because I just know I'll just grab the tub and a spoon. You love watching people eat? Cool. Well, you get to watch me nibble at a PB&J as we go along tonight. As we walk along the primrose path with one another. It also has palm oil in it, which is bad. I mean, yeah, dude, everything's fucking bad, though. Can we be real about this? Everything is fucking bad. Pour some whipped cream on the Nutella. Why are you guys doing this to me? Why are you filling my head with delicious things that I should not be eating? Almond butter and honey. I've had like PB and H. Like peanut butter and honey is dope together. So I'm pretty sure almond butter or anything. Is salad bad for you? No. I had a salad for dinner last night. Or like lunch. I had a big salad for lunch yesterday. So I love salad, man. Salad and I are like peas and carrots, man. I eat lots of salad. Good old salad. Got to keep things moving, if you get my drift. So can I tell you guys something? When it comes to like my free time, this fucking Death Stranding game, I don't know if you guys are aware of this fucking shit. This new Kojima game that just came out on PC. Like, it owns my soul, dude. It owns my soul now. Like, I'm not even that far in the game, and I've played, I don't know. I could stream it. The problem with that is that I'm playing it in ultra wide. I've got an ultra wide, and it has native ultra wide support, but I'd have to stream it in not ultra wide, and then I wouldn't enjoy it as much. So, but man, dude, that game fucking owns my soul. I've played so much of it, and I'm not even out of the first area yet. Like, I'm still working on 5-starring all of the... Anyway, whatever. You don't know what I'm talking about if you don't know the game, but fuck me. I'm thinking about cargo routes and how much I can carry and how dangerous it is to get back and forth from this place to this place. And it's just like, game fucking owns my soul, dude. Don't have a PS4. Well, it just came out on PC. I didn't have it on PS4 either. On break at a bookbindery. Any encouraging words to get you through the night? Dude, you're doing something that's pretty fucking awesome. Like you work at a bookbindery. Dude, you're preserving knowledge for future generations. When the collapse happens, it is because of the work that you're doing right now that anybody that survives it will have any human knowledge at all. The internet won't be a thing. I mean, maybe they will rediscover caches of information and stuff, but books are going to be the first thing they fucking find, dude. You're doing humanity's work out there at a bookbindery. There's a restaurant called Bookbinders. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it's not as cool a job as it sounds like it might be. But I feel like I've definitely had jobs where I would have traded my job to work at a bookbindery. But what actually happens at a bookbindery? Fuck if I know, dude. I have no clue. Preserve that human knowledge, dude. Preserve the lessons of this culture before it destroys everything. Benefits are pretty dope, I imagine. Yeah, it's kind of a niche market, so I imagine it's not an easy job to get into. So it's probably got pretty dope benefits. Telemarketing is like being rejected for a living. Yeah, that I got to tell you guys, I was never a telemarketer, but I was kind of like a covert telemarketer. Like, I worked for MCI WorldCom for a while doing HP Pavilion tech support to mostly Walmart end users that went in and bought an HP Pavilion prepackaged PC. And so technically my job was tech support, but my real job was telling people that I could help them fix their computer, but they had to sign up for a tech support contract that was $10 a month. And if they didn't sign up for the tech support contract that was $10 a month, I couldn't help them. So basically, I was a salesman where people would already call me pissed because their computer wasn't working. And then I had to fucking make them even more pissed by telling them I knew exactly how to fix it, but they would have to pay. I'm about at a like 6, like maybe a 5. That's my comfort zone. Anything above like a 6 starts to infringe on my ability. What do they got that I don't got? Courage. What do they got that I don't got? Courage. Paul truly has gone full stoner. There was no going. This is the me that's been inside of me since I was like fucking at least like 13, 14 years old. And I've just reached the point in my life at 40 years old where I can look like I feel inside. Stoner-tastic. Howdy, neighbors. It's your neighborhood friend Wilson here to give you some advice. Anytime Paul too hard and drops his tool. Well, thanks, Wilson. You always were a great neighbor, Wilson. Good looking out, Wilson. How am I going to attack this? That worked. trying desperately to not have like a total peanut butter apocalypse as I eat this motherfucker. I have achieved full, like 100% Paul, finally. I'm here. I have arrived truly to live my life. Finally, after 40 years of trying to figure it out, I'm here. Full-blown Paul is here. And the world doesn't quite know what to do with him, and that's okay. Say the N-word. I'm gonna ban you for just insinuating that I say the N-word. How's that? How about I ban you? How about I hit you with the old, you know what? I'll take a timeout instead. Take a little time out instead. Take 300 seconds to sit there and have a pity party. I never even once thought of racism, much less spoke one. No, it's a new dawn and it's a new day in America when it comes to the casual racism and the casual use of racist terminology. And for the most part, I'm all for it, man. Get these, like, it just needs to stop. Just get it the fuck out of here. I'm done hearing it. I've heard it so much in my fucking life that I'm just done with it. I'm good. I'm good with it being done. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that arrangement. The only exemption that I think should exist is, like, if you're doing karaoke of a rap song and the rap song is filled with it, you should be able to say what the rap song says and not be looked at as a racist. But outside of that, no exemptions. Outside of that, no exemptions for anybody. Just kill it. You know you have power when you're not allowed to say a word. What? I'm allowed to say whatever the fuck I want. I choose. Because all the great white minds who used it contemporarily, non-offensively, have already passed. I'm fine with it just being eliminated, dude. It's not a necessary word unless you're having a conversation and it's contextual, and then its use, I think, is forgivable. But this kind of like using it fucking, like, we're not talking about like contextual use of the word. We're talking about using the word constantly because you know it triggers people. And there's a difference between the two. There are certain words that I will speak if it's contextual to the conversation. If it's necessary for me to be very explicit about which words I'm talking about or which concepts I'm talking about, I will use the N-word and other racial slurs contextually. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the constant casual use of the word because it triggers people. There's no need. There's no point. Dusty Smith has COVID-19. Oh my goodness. Oh, good gracious. Thought police don't even The thought police don't even allow contextual use, though. Well, number one, there's no such thing as the thought police. There's a broad spectrum of people who feel exactly the way that I feel about the use of those words. And there are people that disagree. They're hardliners, but they're hardly like a majority of people. So I find myself at a pretty, I think, free speech, positive form of, I guess, self censorship. I guess self censorship really doesn't even work because it's not like I'm repressing some fucking like crazy desire to just scream racial epithets. You know what I mean? So it's just, I choose not to be an asshole that uses those words unless it's contextually necessary given the conversation. There's no reason to defend saying it so vehemently unless de racist. Maybe. There are just some people that are edgelords that think like, that is the word that people are telling you not to use, but if you bow to that, you're bowing to language control, so I would use it even more. And then there's people that believe that, you know, you'll eventually just remove the sting of it if everybody's using it. I choose my way. I choose to use it when it's appropriate and not use it when it's not appropriate. And I choose to be very choosy about situations that I think it's appropriate for. Will racism ever die? No. Well, yeah. On a long enough time scale, there won't be races anymore. Like, assuming humanity remains like a global society, eventually we're all just like a kind of beige, you know? We're all just kind of dark beige. And then I guess it'll probably be like various nationalities within that beige, and people will probably still be racist against those. Then we'll be racist towards aliens. Oh, dude, aliens got no fucking chance. They better not show up here. We come in peace. We come to bring knowledge, because there's just no fucking way. There was a show about that. A weird show back in I think it was like the late 80s or the early 90s, called Alien Nation, that I'm almost positive very few of you remember. It was weird. It was like aliens had come and decided to integrate with human society. And so there were like alien police detectives. Yeah, they had weird bald heads. I mean, here, I'll pull up a picture and show you guys. Alien Nation, dude. Yeah. Like, what the fuck, dude? Alien fucking Nation. What the fuck, bro? Alien Nation. Whoa. Okay, that didn't work. There we go. Well, what do you think of that? How do you like them chestnuts, huh? That's what the aliens looked like. I can't even really remember what the conceit was beyond that. Like, aliens, I guess they maybe were stranded here or whatever. And they spoke English, and they worked at burger joints, and they were just kind of mixed in, but people were racist against them. That was really what the show was about. Was about like, you know, this group of aliens that you follow through the show overcoming xeno racism. And thus, you know, of course, a commentary on existent human racism. Admittedly, a pretty fucking ham-fisted one. But whatever, it worked. Remember it being a popular show when I was a fucking kid. You ain't from around here, are you, boy? Coneheads, yeah, kind of. Coneheads probably existed as a like joke because of this show. I'd be willing to bet that the show that District sorry, not District 9. Everybody's talking about District 9, and it's similar, I guess, but instead of the weird, you know, cockroach aliens, you get the stupid bald-headed Star Trek reject-looking aliens. You know what I mean? Oh, man. WTF, the infinite regression of time. Like, this is my problem. I've just got everything on the wrong goddamn screen. Like, that's really genuinely the only issue. Oy vey. There we go. Professional streamer, folks. Been doing this forever. Yeah. Man, my lighter died. It's a sad thing. I think it always happens on stream, too. My lighters always die on stream. My poor little lighter finally gave up its ghost. I'll be right back. Oh, did you misbehave while I was gone? Were you naughty? Were you a bunch of fucking rabble rousers while I was gone? Because I can assure you the specters never sleep. That's the motto of the specters. Specters never sleep. The meaning, of course, being that there is always one lurking around. You are never safe. The secret police. You guys were good? Okay, good. So you guys gonna make me pull up a fucking topic wheel like I did last night? Because that ended up being okay, but you know, there's only so many of those. This chat seems to be slightly better than the chat that I courted last night. But the topics are not flowing fast and free. What do you guys want to talk about? What's on your minds? What do you want to hear discussed? What questions do you have? You know, Q and Amy. What do you got? The chat was toxic last night. Yes, it was. That's okay, though. You know, a toxic chat is kind of fun sometimes. You have any memories of being picked on that stand out to you? Not really. Like, I don't know, man. I told you guys the story of almost getting trash canned. That was like really the last time I was quote unquote bullied in my life. I was a freshman in high school. That really just kind of ended in my life that year. I didn't really get bullied after that. And there really aren't any incidents other than that one that are super memorable. You know, fat jokes, because I was around sixth grade, I got kind of chubby, and then by the time I got to fucking high school, I was, you know, pretty fat. So fat jokes were fast and furious, and usually a centerpiece in a lot of the bullying. But I really don't remember like being bullied for what I was being bullied or any particular instance with a bully. I remember one that was kind of like I had to be mean to a bully to shut him down, because I learned that, you know, if you're smarter than a bully and you're quicker witted than a bully, you can defeat them in front of their friends by having a sick burn or whatever. And this dude was picking on me, and he had soft palate repair. Like, he was born with a cleft palate. And you could barely tell, but I knew he was probably, you know, self-conscious about it. So he and his friend, who were kind of like cool kids in the school or whatever, came up to me and my dorky friends and were talking shit. And I just said, like, I said something about his, like, and it's mean, dude. I don't like the term, but whatever. I was like, you know, I bet your mom is like embarrassed because she has to walk around with somebody with a fucking hair lip all day or some shit like that. It was something like that, you know, like the fucking 7th grade version of that. And his friends just went, ooh, you know, like, and he was like, man, fuck you, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And his comeback was weak, and like nothing happened. You know what I mean? And then he, you know, for the rest of that year, pretty much, I know he was talking shit, but he didn't come over to me to do it, so I didn't really care. Like, I would hear through the grapevine that, oh man, he was saying that you were fucking fat or you're stupid or whatever the fuck, but like, he didn't walk over to me and my friends anymore to say it. So he kept his booty chatter where it belonged, out of my fucking earshot. And see, not a fist was raised. There was no fight that happened. Now, that could have turned into a fight. He might have, like, I risked a fight there for sure, but he just got sick burned in front of his friends. You know what I mean? He was talking shit about my mom and my fat ass and this, that, and the other thing. Why is his hair lip not on the fucking table? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to be mean to anybody out there that's had that surgery, and like, I really don't care. It wasn't something that I cared about. Like, I didn't start that shit with him. He walked over to me and started talking shit, and so I fucking called him on his fucking imperfection. You know what I mean? Tit for tat, right? That's how it has to be on the. And keep in mind, this is the playground we're talking about. I didn't do this as a fucking adult. How old are you in like 7th grade or 8th grade? You know what I mean? Like 12, 11. I was a kid, dude. You got to do some fucked up shit as a kid. And kids are just kind of naturally evil anyway. Like they lack the capacity for full adult empathy. They just haven't experienced enough life to have real, genuine human empathy yet. So they're kind of like little sociopaths. But yeah, dude, like, that was the thing with me, is like, I would just ignore most booty chatter. I was the type of person that, like, people would like make these comments under their breath, or like every once in a while, like somebody would say something in earshot of me. And it was like, do I engage with this? No. I just walk by and, you know, absorb it or whatever the fuck and just shine it on. Like, and 99% of the time that worked. Like, people are not, you know, they don't continue picking on a person that doesn't give a fuck. But sometimes you're engaged very directly by somebody who wants to be all fucking smart alecky and shit. And at that point, you got to throw it down. You know what I mean? Like, you got to fucking have a comeback in front of their friends and in front of yours that just busts everybody up. Like, if you can crack everybody in his circle up, there's no way he's going to fight you. Like, then he just looks like a bitch that can't take it. You know what I mean? He came over and started some shit, and the first thing I say, he throws a punch at me. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? But that's the way you get him on the back foot. You just got to be smarter, funnier, quicker, wittier, and, you know, whatever. Like, I'm not trying to brag or anything, but when it came to, at least between me and this kid, there was a clear victor in that area. That was better spoken, smarter than that kid, had a better command of the language. I was quick-witted in comparison to him, for sure. So he had no choice but to just back down off it. Strategy is dangerous, Paul. 75% you'll get cringed at. Well, yeah, if you suck at it and you come back with like, your mom is a dumb head, a poopy head, or something like that, yeah, you're gonna get cringed at, dude. I'm not advocating people go out and do this. Like, you have to fucking, like, I had a facility for that shit and I worked on it. You know, I used to tell jokes and me and my friends would rag on each other and shit. We called it capping back in the day. Like, that's what it was called in my ancient times when I was in school, capping on each other. And it was like practice for that shit, you know? So your friends would all sit around and you'd cap on each other. And it was like with the understanding that you weren't being totally serious, you know? I mean, you would be serious. Like, you would call them out for shit that they actually had. You'd say shit about them, but it was all about like, you're just trying to like, you're trying to fucking, you know what I mean? You're having like that verbal battle or whatever, where it's like you're trying to see who can be funniest and who can be wittiest and who can insult the person. That was really something that kids did a lot back in my day. Like, it was a pastime. Capping means lying now. Oh, interesting. Interesting how lingo changes and disappears and shit, I guess. Yeah. We call it capping, and then that morphed to snapping, and then it really fell out of style, and people really stopped, at least I stopped hearing about it. So capping became snapping, and then then it was, now it's just referred to as like having a yo mama fight or whatever. What Fantano reviews do you disagree with the most? I'll be honest with you, and this is no disrespect to Anthony Fantano, but I don't watch a lot of his, like, I don't watch anybody, so him included. So I really don't have this, like, mental list that I can immediately access of Fantano reviews that I've disagreed with. I've seen a few. There have been a few that I've vehemently disagreed with. I can't remember what they were, though. I don't think he liked Yeezus all that much, and I really... that's probably my favorite Kanye album if I had to pick one. So maybe that one, if I'm remembering correctly. My mother and brother believe in that Q stuff. How do I pull them out of that rabbit hole? I mean, I don't know. Other than talking to them about it and trying to explain to them like the origins of QAnon and how spurious it is. You know, like, it started on 4chan. Try and explain to them that 4chan is a place that like tries to engineer shit like this. Give them examples of shit that 4chan has done in the past. And that's actually, you know, the meme has escaped 4chan and it's become a real life thing, like the OK symbol and all that shit. Like, give them examples of that. Don't just tell them like, hey, this whole thing is bullshit. Just be like, look at the source of this. Like, this is a bunch of fucking fat neckbeard meme lord 4chan people. You know what I mean? I still don't even get what it is completely. We talked a little bit about it on Flash Fried. I really didn't know anything about it until today. But we went and looked up, like, the basics of it is that people that are QAnon believe in the deep state. They believe that, like, there's this deep state Clinton and Obama run conspiracy against Donald Trump, and that Donald Trump is engaged in a secret war against the deep state and its agents who are trying to change America. That's the QAnon. That's basically it in a nutshell. Hey, thanks. Cool. Number one fan. I love it. Thank you for the $10. I appreciate it. These little stickers, dude. I don't know what to think about this shit. I feel like YouTube is trying to be Twitch or something with those stickers, but hey, they're cool. Whatever. You just want to throw some money in there and you just want to throw a sentiment with it. The stickers work. See, I'm not that much of a boomer. I get it. Question, Paul. I know you do not like talking about DP, but do you think it had a somewhat alt-righty following? I think the DP had a following that was all over the fucking map, honestly. But we were a popular podcast that was willing to talk to anybody, no matter where they were on the spectrum. And I think that alone, coupled with the fact that TJ, for a good chunk of the life of DP, was in kind of an anti-SJW phase. And then TJ himself, I think, tends to court people from both sides of the aisle, despite being a leftist for 90% of his YouTube career. He took a little detour into libertarian territory for a while, but TJ's been a pretty consistent lefty. And he tends to court an audience of people. And like, look, believe it or not, there are people on the right that like to listen to people that they think are smart and entertaining and that make good points that they may not agree with. So, but yes, I think that DP, especially at the height of, well, let me just say something. And this may not mean anything now because this concept is now dead on YouTube. But DP invented blood sports. So this internet blood sports phenomenon that happened back in like 2017, 2018, and then died off, that was DP. Like the Drunken Peasants, we coined that shit. We invented that shit on that show. We were the first show to really popularize that kind of like raucous debate format where there was really no holds barred, and it was more like a kind of a schoolyard. It's kind of funny how things come full circle, but it's more like a schoolyard argument than a real debate, Like that was basically what DP did. I mean, we loved the idea of finding people that like totally fucking opposed one another, or that we totally opposed, and bringing them on and having this clash. So, the alt-right was huge. Like it peaked. I can't remember what year it was, but I was living in Washington. And I'm telling you, dude, like people were all about this like Pepe shit back then. Like that seems to have died down, and Pepe seems to have returned to his normal status as like a Twitch meme for the most part. But like, alt-right was all about Pepe posting and shit. And I just kind of like jokingly called it out. And dude, it caused a fucking firestorm. I actually talked to the guys about it. We were just jokingly talking about it, and I was like, dude, does it worry you guys that, like, there's that many of these Kekistan fucking right-wing neo-fascist fucking people, like, chilling in our chat? Like, I don't know, dude. Yeah, I used to call him Pee-Pee the Frog just to, like, trigger them. Because they would like literally so autistically, they would just like, it's Pepe, Paul, you dumbass, you don't even know the frog. And then like the next time I'd talk about him, I'd just call him Pee-Pee again. So they stayed like, there was probably 100 people that stayed triggered about that. I'm not even joking. There were probably, and that's probably conservative number, there were at least 100 regular watchers of the Drunken Peasants podcast while I was on it that stayed triggered about me calling Pepe the Frog Pee-Pee the Frog, dude. Fucking stayed triggered about it 24/7. It was awesome. I liked that shit. But yes, we had a very sizable chunk of an alt-right audience for sure. We had a very sizable leftist audience too. We were a raucous fucking podcast. And I think that's why people liked it so much. It was like a weird kind of neutral ground. Now, I don't think it was like disputed amongst anybody who watched or listened that everybody that was a personality on the podcast was a leftist of varying stripes. Like, I don't think anybody made that mistake, but the podcast became known as a stomping ground where these kinds of very popular arguments of the time could be made in raucous and confrontational ways. And we weren't afraid to talk to people, or at least, okay, 99.9% of the time we weren't afraid to talk to people that were in powerful positions. We just wanted to get guests on and fucking, you know, throw them in the blender with our weird format and see what happened. You know what I mean? There was only one time in the history of the podcast that didn't happen. It was also the weirdest episode of The Drunken Peasants that I ever filmed. The weird, strange, and still to this day totally mysterious Sargon of Akkad episode, where I found out literally, like, I think it was like less than a day before the show, that TJ and Scotty would not be appearing on the show, and that I would be appearing on the show with Ben and Sargon of Akkad, and that I would be leading the Sargon of Akkad interview. And I had a bullet pointed list of questions that I was allowed to ask and a list of topics I wasn't allowed to bring up. I was admonished to not be confrontational. It was a very weird episode of the show, dude. If you go back and watch it, you can tell I'm fucking like, and if you look for it, like, I was signaled by Ben when to move on. Ben was sitting, it was very strange. See, let me explain this to you. And I'm not trying to stoke conspiracy theories, but this is just a story. I mean, it is what it is. So the way that the DP studio was set up back in the day was, okay, imagine that this is the table, right? It's one long straight table with 4 positions at it. On this end is Ben, right? So over here sits Ben, and he's running the show from there. And then TJ, then Scotty, and on this end is me. That was the seating arrangement for most of the Drunken Peasants podcast, especially once it got to Washington and all of that, right? So Ben and I are typically on opposite sides of the table. So I find out that I'm going to be leading the Sargon episode, and that it's going to be just me and Ben. And I'm like, okay, cool. And so when I got there that day, I went and sat in my position at the end of the table. And Ben, who, you know, I mean, we got along outside of the show sometimes, and sometimes we didn't. I don't think we were getting along all that great at this point. And so it was very strange. Goes, hey, Paul, why don't you come sit in TJ's chair? And I was like, huh? No, that's cool, man. And he's like, no. You know, like, there's only 2 of us. It'll be easier for me to, like, blah, blah, blah. You just come sit in TJ's chair. And I was like, all right. So I was like, and now I'm sitting in the TJ chair, right? He fixes all the camera shit, goes over the fucking list of questions for fucking Sargon, goes over, like, the tone that I'm supposed to strike and all that shit, and then we're live, and he gave me, like, I can't remember exactly what the signal was, but he told me he was going to give me some kind of signal underneath the camera. It was like this or something, when I needed to, like, move on from a subject and move to another question. And that happened a bunch of times in that interview. I'd be, like, asking Sargon a question about something, and I'd start to press him on it, and then I'd get this, like, and I'd be like, okay, what do you think about Anita Sarkeesian or whatever? You know? So to this day, I have no fucking clue what exactly went down with that show. I have no fucking clue what happened. I felt like it was a terrible fucking show. Like, I remember going and telling the guys, I was like, I don't know why that show happened. They were like, no, it was fine, dude. It was fine. It's like, no, it wasn't. It was shit. Like, what was, like, never got an explanation for why it was done that way. I'm pretty sure I've got a theory, and I can't say that I fault, you know, the guys for it, but I'm pretty sure, like, TJ didn't want to fuck up in front of Sargon of Akkad, who was like the giant fucking YouTuber of the time. Like if I said something crazy and his fan base started hating me, that was okay. But if TJ was there, he didn't want that backlash. And I guess I can't blame him for that, but it was just a strange podcast. Why don't you ask TJ? Because I never remember to. I've talked about this before on Highdeology, but it's not like some nagging question that I just got to know the answer to. It's just a weird story from the podcast. It was unlike any of the other shows. I never got like a straight answer about, you know, like why that was done that way or whatever. It's not going to piss me off if I was the sacrificial lamb. The only thing that pisses me off about it is like, I wish they would have just told me like, hey, Paul, because this guy's such a big fucking dude and you really don't have a channel to speak of outside of us, you're going to take the hit on this one and you're going to do this interview and blah, 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 blah. And I'd be like, fine, sure. Like I wasn't going to turn it down. I didn't turn it down even though it was all weird. Like I would have done anything for that show. Like I said, dude, I got my ass whipped literally and figuratively for that show. I fucking, you know, I did a lot of crazy shit for that show. So it wasn't like I was going to say no, but tis what it is, what it is, what it is. Just a strange story. Just an unsolved mystery. Dun 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 dun. He left early because I got tired of doing it, and I asked him about Corpse Midget. Like I was like, man, are you familiar with Corpse Midget? And he was like, oh no. And once the genie was out of the bottle, Ben had to show him Corpse Midget. And then he was just like, well, I think I'll be leaving now. And I was like, thank goodness. Like, and I didn't say it, you know, I was trying to be polite, but I was like, all right, have a good one. Thanks there, Benjamin of Akkad or whatever, for joining us. Bye. You know what I mean? And then we went on and did a normal drunken peasant show, but with just me and Ben. Weird show, man. Weird days. Could we get your opinion on the Corpse Midget situation, Mr. Avocado? Whatever, man. Did you ever purposely mess with a guest similar to the Billy episode? Some people said you were trolling in the Milo episode. I wouldn't say that I was necessarily trolling in the Milo episode. Let me explain something to you. When we used to start the show back when I was recording remotely, so I was living in Texas at the time, I would call in and we'd all get in a call together. So whoever the guest was and me and DP, the guys at the studio, would all get in the call together and we would chit chat and shit in the minutes leading up. And Ben would use that time to like level our audio out and shit, but we would mostly just shoot the shit. So I went in to the chat room with Milo, or to the Skype call with Milo, or whatever it was we used to talk to him. I can't remember what it was, and at first he wasn't saying anything. He was typing in the chat. So I started typing in the chat with him. Like I was like, hey, and he immediately, like, I could tell he'd watched our show. So he was like, are you the fat one? Or are you the fattest one? And I was like, yeah, I'm the fattest one. Are you the gay one? And he was like, I'm the gayest one. And I was like, cool. It was something like that. Well, like we had this like kind of like barbed banter back and forth, but it was all good. And once he got in the call before the show started, he and I just kind of continued in that vein. But before the show had started, we were just like, kind of like, well, I think you're an idiot. Well, that's good because, I guess that's up in the air because I think you're a fucking idiot too. But I think you're an attractive idiot. And he was like, well, you're an unattractive idiot. And I was like, well, such as the fucking, you know what I mean? It was that type of banter. It was like we were going at it like that. You know what I mean? But it was clearly like not. And I just kind of kept that same attitude going into the show. And it came off as like really confrontational, and that was really probably it was a mistake on my part to carry that offline, but I was new to this shit. See, I established this offline energy with him, right? And then I was like, let's carry this into the show. Let's keep this confrontational back and forth going because it's produced a lot of funny moments already. And it was just seen as me being like totally aggressive against him. You know what I mean? And like, it totally didn't come out the right way. Let's put it that way. It was not perceived as I thought it would be perceived, you know. And I guess that makes sense. People weren't aware that we had established this brief but clear rapport. But yeah, dude, it was very strange, man. The whole Milo thing was very strange because, like, I was very new at the job, and fucking up that big, I knew it was a bad thing. But I just barreled forward. I was like, look, you know, I made a Reddit post on the DP subreddit at the time. I remember all about it. I was like, look, dude, yeah, I'm not going to defend myself here. Like, maybe I didn't do great, but, you know, what can I do but move forward? And I don't think it was as bad as some people are saying it was, but that's neither here nor there. You know, I don't like to suck, so I'll try and learn the lessons or whatever the fuck. You know, I did that shit. And I just went forward. Like, I just kept doing the show like it never happened. And eventually the drama from that over the course of a few weeks just died down and disappeared. And I, you know, had a few more pretty classic moments happen and was at the center of some classic bits and jokes and blah, 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 blah. And people forgave me, I guess. So I didn't get fired. Because, trust me, dude, if people would have kept hating and unsubscribed and being like, Paul is a fucking idiot, I'm never watching again, if that sentiment would have, like, kept going for a couple weeks, my ass would have been dunked. So I did what I had to do, dude. I showed up to every show like nothing had ever happened with a big smile on my face, trying to be as funny and, you know, witty as I could. I was in it, dude. I was a businessman, man. I was like, fuck. I got to try and land this like a cat, man. I got to rotate in midair somewhere during this horrible fall and land on my feet somehow. And I managed to, so kudos to me for that. Not to pat myself on the back, but I came back with a fucking roaring vengeance. So, you know, it was just a speed bump. It felt like the end of the world, though. I'll tell you that much. It really did feel like the fucking end of the world, but if it was the end of the world, I was going to go out swinging, dude. Show up to every goddamn show ready to roll, you know? But that's like also just part of my mentality too. Like, it's very different for a lot of people, but for me, like when I'm doing it, like especially like one of our main shows, like I show up, I'm ready to go. Like, I'm prepped. I woke up a few hours before. I've had my coffee. I've eaten something. Got my blood pumping for the morning and shit. I'm fucking bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. I'm ready to fucking rock. Yeah, the show isn't over till it's over, dude. That's true. But, you know, you got to understand, dude, the climate was different back then, too. Dude, thank you for those 200 Argentinian pesos again, dude. I really appreciate that. But yeah, dude, the climate was different. If I had gone after Milo in the way that I did in the current climate, I probably would have fared way better. You know what I mean? But my political position hasn't changed. So it's just, you know, my type of thinking is more palatable now. So back then, they wanted this alt-right kind of free speech warrior, anti-SJW perspective on everything. And, you know, they didn't get it from me very often, so I had to find other ways. I had to find ways around that shit. If you really want to set the record straight, maybe you guys do more DFF interviews with some of these other YouTubers. Set the record straight? What record needs to be set straight? Like, I don't see anything about the record that's askew. The record stands pretty well. Yeah, I'm not Oprah, dude. Yeah. Thank you, Russian Blue. I'm not Oprah, dude. We're the type of people at the DP meetups who you expected, seeing how crazy they were online. Dude, I'll tell you this, dude. DP meetups, DFF meetups, 99% of the people that I've met are just really fucking nice people. Cool people, chill people, not there to cause trouble. Fucking chill as fuck. They want to take pictures with you. They want to talk with you. They want to buy you drinks. They want to take shots with you. There is that 1% of a rabble rouser, you know, but they're at every meetup. They're just some people that they either get too drunk or they show up and they want to be like internet trolls, but in real life, which is the cringiest thing, by the way. Like the cringiest thing in the world is people who try and be internet trolls, but out in the real world. So there's been some instances of that. I ain't gonna lie at some of these meetups, but like I said, the vast fucking overwhelming majority of people that come to these meetups are chill as fuck. When I saw you guys in London, you were mellow, didn't seem negative at all. Well, I wasn't with the guys in London, but yeah. I know that you saw the that was like pre me joining. I joined, I think, right after they came back from London was when I was brought on, or somewhere thereabouts. Are you serious? Cringe city. I mean, there, whatever. There's one in every crowd, but look, like I said, the vast overwhelming majority of people are just chill as fuck. Want to take a selfie with you, want to shake your hand, want to fucking get a hug from you or whatever. I gave out so many hugs at the last meetup. It was crazy. And people wanted them too. I was sweaty as fuck. I told every person as they walked up in my line, I was like, dude, I understand. You don't got to hug me. I'm sweaty. And they're like, I don't fucking care. Come here, dude. Give me a big old sweaty hug. And it's like, all right, let's do it. Let's take some pictures or whatever. Are they all weak neck beards? Nah, dude, there's some big fucking dudes and way more chicks than you would think. Like it is kind of a sausage fest, but there are way more women at our meetups than you would actually think. So there you go. What's the ratio? I'd say depending on the meetup, because some of the meetups, the ratios have been very different. Like I would say the DP actually had a worse chick ratio. DFF, I'd say probably 10% chicks. That might be a little low. It might be like 15, something like that. They're rare, but they ain't fucking non-existent. That's more than you would think looking at our demographics. Anyone get laid? I'm sure people have. Dude, I can almost guarantee that at least one person from one of our meetups has hooked up with somebody at the meetup. Met somebody and fucked them. Sweaty. Yeah. Leg beards, dude. Leg beards. That's what we call female neck beards. We call them leg beards. 10%. That's the standard. Huh? No, I'm just saying. Like, this idea that these meetups that we have are devoid of any females. And the great thing about it is that like people are chill with it. Like I've never been approached and told like, hey, this dude's really making me uncomfortable. Can you do something about it? Or heard about some incident like that. So like the guys there don't act like a bunch of fucking like panting dogs or whatever the fuck over the chicks. They just kind of chill with them, which is cool. Like that's to give you an idea, the crowd is pretty chill. 'Cause they nervous? Well, whatever. Whatever keeps them from making an ass of themselves and lets the chicks that are there enjoy themselves. Oh, dude, like I said, there's exceptions to every rule, and there are definitely exceptions. There are people that have, like I said, drank too much, or people that thought they were way funnier than they are, meme lords, and people that were just so clearly from the internet that socializing was like the only way they knew how to do it was to try and be trolly and shit. But, you know, those people are a rarity at the meetups. I pwned you, epic sir, epic lesser. I have pwned you. All right, new question. New question. Wait, Dues Volt. Dude, Alden, were you trying to racist meme and you fucked up and tripped over it and wrote Dues Volt? Did that really happen? Can we can we can we preserve your fucking failure for all time? That's terrible. Dues Volt, dude. Dues Volt. People that drank too much at the meetup, Scotty. Yes. Usually. Whoa, the hair on Paul's head has really grown since the last time I was here. Yeah, my hair's gone out of control, dude. It is taking on a life of its own. Anyone who's on the Facebook group knows that there are plenty of good-looking people in the fan community. There are lots of like just normal people in the fan community. This idea that it's all just like, oh, excuse me, like sweaty fucking video game neckbeards and stuff. Like, yeah, there's some of those too. I'm one of those, but like, you know what I mean? That's not the whole. This is like normal ass people in the fan community for the most part. You like the band Tool? I like their really early stuff. I don't necessarily still like the band Tool, but their first few albums were pretty good. Saw them live once. Marshall Manson is a babe. There you go. Proof is in the pudding. You're a wizard, Harry. Somebody called me Nintendo 64 Hagrid or whatever the fuck. 8-bit Hagrid or whatever. I'm fine with it, dude. Like I said earlier, I hatched out of the egg finally. And I finally look like I've always felt. And that feels pretty good. It took me until 40 to get there, but you know what I mean? I'm happy with the way I look. I'm like, cool. I've attained the things that I always wanted. A big giant beard and long ass hair. Done and done, man. I've reached peak Paul's ego. Tool probably sucks. Okay. You're probably going to get banned if you stand out to me in that way. Again, I'm just going to probably tell you that. What age were you at your ugliest? Probably like 14. Dude, I wish I had the picture. Dude, I'll try and get it next time I go visit my mom, if that's ever feasible again. There's a picture of me at about that age, 14, 15 maybe, where I look like a fucking Miyazaki toad come to life. Just like, I've got this like bowl cut that's horrible because I was trying to grow my hair out. Like I wanted to have this. And so I was like, I want to grow my hair out. So I had like this bowl cut looking shit. I was fat as fuck, just this pudgy chipmunk looking jiggly fucking like, you know what I mean? But with no beard. Shaggy ass bowl cut, fat as fuck. It was just not a good look, man. That was probably me at my worst, I would say. Which is good. You know, like if your worst happens that early, then you grow into your whatever. Because that just kind of happened with me. I'm not delusional. I don't think I'm a good looking person, but I'm not ugly. I'm not hideously ugly. I'm thankful for that. You know what I mean? I won that genetic lottery. I'm not hideous. And I grew into my non-hideous phase, and I've been very lucky with that. Non-hideous, dude. Non-hideous people unite. No, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just, thinking from that fucking high school mindset. Hey, Paul, give me a Hummer. Love you, ball boy. Okay. Give you a Hummer? Nah. Hey, Paul, if the weight loss challenge were to happen, you could have the loser make a Brett video. Y'all talked about DP where he has to smear chicken grease on himself. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. The plebs at large will know about the possibilities of this contest tomorrow when they get their half of flash fried. So, yeah. They'll be learning about it soon. We'll see what they have to say. I was trying to look like the Burger King's vid kid as a 12-year-old. Didn't pull it off, but had the reverse mullet and shades for a bit at least. Damn. That's pretty cool. You were the vid kid, man. Paul, how much do I have to pay you to bring back the old Paul Polo shirt, 2007 Staples manager Paul look, and shave the beard down to stubble with a buzz cut? How much would you have to pay me? At this point, it's going to have to be like life changer money. You know what I mean? I could grow this back, but it would take me years and years and years to get to the point that it's at. So you're talking about life changer money at that point. We're talking low seven figures. I'd probably do it for $1 million. You'd probably be able to talk me down to $500,000 probably. I really don't want to no fuck around money. I'm talking life changer money. I'm talking about I could go buy a house type of money. So I'm going to need $500,000. I'm going to need $500,000. You come up with $500,000 and you're willing to fucking put it in escrow pending my shaving and sign the contract and everything, I'm willing to fucking shave. I'm fine doing it, but I ain't trying to do it it's just not happening. I'd want to counter that offer just to keep you from going back to that work photo. You didn't look happy and I liked well, yeah, dude, I wasn't happy, but I just wouldn't be happy with what's underneath the beard, dude. The beard is there to stay. Some people just have beards, man. I'm one of those people. I'm going to be an old man with a beard. I just know it. I just don't, I wouldn't be me without it. It's become part of me and it. And if I'm going to fucking shave it all the way down to stubble and give myself a buzz cut, you're going to come out of pocket for that. I'm going to have a good ass time for the couple of years it takes for all my shit to grow back on your money. I haven't seen under my beard in 5 years, and at this point I'm scared to look. Yeah, dude. I'm in the same fucking boat, dude. It's been over 5 years. It's 8, I think, for me at this point. Probably going on 9 years since I've taken a look behind the veil. I don't want to see what's back there, dude. I don't want to know. I don't want to think about it. If I shave my beard, I'd probably look like Michael Moore. Me too. I'd probably look like George Lucas under there or something. Ugh. Or even worse, like, I don't know, dude. Bruce Valanche or something. Have you ever heard the 72826 demo by Tool? I also think their early stuff is easier to listen to for me because it's not drawn out. I don't know. I may have heard it, but I don't know. I love you, Paul. Get yourself something nice. Thanks, bro. I sure do appreciate that. I was thinking Bruce Valanche too. Yeah, yeah. Jabba the Hutt. Yeah. Who knows? Who is more talented, Gigi Allen or Frank Zappa? Frank Zappa by a country mile. By a goddamn unbelievable country mile was more talented. Frank Zappa had more talent in a hair sprouting out of his left fucking nut than Gigi Allen had in his whole body. Frank Zappa is one of the most talented people to ever like be a rock musician. Like, there's a lot of people that disrespect Zappa because they've only heard his goofier shit. Zappa was like a modern day composer. He composed modern rock operas that were so incredibly intricate and was such a fucking musical perfectionist. And people think he was like this big hippie stoner druggy guy, totally fucking straight edge guy, didn't drink, didn't smoke. Was like totally, absolutely committed to making this weird jazz fusion rock fucking music. If you go listen to some early Zappa, you can hear the starts of it there. It's like some of my favorite Zappa stuff is back when he was with the Mothers of Invention. There's some great shit, dude. So dude was absolutely brilliant. Musically talented, could play multiple instruments at a master level, like super fucking talented. Gigi Allen was just an iconoclast. He wasn't necessarily, like, his talent wasn't really what he was known for. Are you a talented cook? What's your best dish? I'm not a great cook, but I tend to be pretty good with meats. Like, I'm a good grill person. I make a killer burger. I could grill up a killer fucking fillet. I tend to do like simple stuff. My mashed potatoes are pretty legendary, so I can make some things at a pretty high level, but I wouldn't consider myself like a super talented cook. Zappa music is just weird to be weird, no soul. What? Somebody banned this fucking like super duper fucking, like, every time I've read one of his fucking comments tonight, it's just like whatever I'm saying, he's saying the opposite. He's back in kindergarten. He's playing opposite day. Get him the fuck out of here. It's like I'm talking about how Zappa is a talented guy, and he's like, Zappa sucks. And then I'm talking about how I like popcorn. He's like, popcorn's the worst. And then I'm talking about, just like one of those fucking dorks. Just like exactly the type of person we talk about here sometimes, dude. Just totally and utterly unaware of their own fucking cringe level. The fuck out of here, dude. Get him out. Boot him. What am I eating? I got a PB&J over here. That was the last little bite of it. You like Portishead, Massive Attack? Yeah. 90s trip hop. Like, I remember listening to Tricky a lot. I remember listening to like, I'm not like super familiar, but I listened to the big songs from the band from like Portishead. I'm trying to remember what Portishead's big songs were. Massive Attack had that, I think it was called Mezzanine or Teardrops or whatever the fuck. I think that was Massive Attack's big recognizable song. And then Portishead had I don't remember, dude. All Eyes on Me. Are you guys going to live stream cover the election, or is it so far in Biden's favor that it doesn't matter? I don't see any reason why we wouldn't like just do a little stream and watch the news as it unfolds. We haven't really discussed it because it's still a ways out, but like I'm really looking forward to like at least the first um Biden Trump debate, should that happen. I'm hoping one or both don't back out. That's it. Like if the world is going to end, at least let me get the joy of seeing the Biden Trump debate. Yeah. You make a good point, honey. If there's a lot more mail-in ballots, the news will come in really slow. That's true. But I mean, look, they'll have exit polling data and shit. Who knows how? Like this is going to be the weirdest fucking election ever. So we're going to have to cover it in some fucking capacity. But just may have to do it without any, definitive answer. I mean, if the non-mail-in ballots are like definitive for one candidate or another, they'll probably just call it. But if we end up in a position where it's like in that margin of error where the mail-in ballots that are currently out could swing it one way or the other, then we might have to wait for like a week or 2 weeks before we actually know who won. Trump's trying to prevent the use of mail-in ballots. Of course he is. Put me on some good local H songs, Paul. There's a song called High Five and Motherfucker, dude. It's off the same album as Bound for the Floor. Not a lot of people know about it. I was actually listening to it. Oh, are you just saying I did put you on to some local H songs? Or, well, whatever. I was just talking to TJ about local H the other day, so I'm confused. Am I keeping it copacetic? Yeah, kind of. I'm listening to some older music. Yeah. It's so weird. It's so weird that the music from when I was a teenager is now like classic rock. It's like, thank you, babe. So strange to be in that position. You'll know what it's like, or maybe you won't. Maybe the world will just collapse before then. No, I wouldn't see it as old. Like I was blown away the other day when I watched Snatch, the Guy Ritchie film, with my girlfriend, and I was talking about it like it came out like a few years ago, and she was looking something up about it, and she was like, "Honey, that movie came out over 20 years ago." I was like, "What?" Excuse me, what? Yeah, Nirvana is classic rock now, yeah. Yeah, the oldies were like 50s shit when I was a kid, you know? And those are like historical music now. Like those are so far off the beaten path. They're like historical music now. And now the oldies are like 80s music and classics are like 90s music. It's like, whoa. Getting old is fucking weird. Very strange. Time seems to like stretch and dilate too as you get older. It's like sometimes I'm very keenly aware of how slow time is passing, and sometimes I'm absolutely bowled over by how fast time has passed. And so it just happens like it's very strange. The human brain, I think, starts to get wonky and weird at around 40. I was doing a little reading the other night about all this shit that I can expect due to being 40. I was like, oh shit. Rutro. What's up, Pimp Monk? Is that the Pimp Monk? It's always so hard for me to tell. Hard for me to tell if I'm dealing with the Pimp Monk or not the Pimp Monk, or a Pimp Monk imposter, Pimp Monk impersonator. Dude, I don't mean to fucking beat a dead horse, but goddamn, my brain is completely and utterly owned by Death Stranding right now. It's making it hard, you know, that plus legal tobacco is making it hard for me to focus, dude. Like, I'm just thinking about that route. I have one more delivery, like one more big, long fucking journey I got to do in the first area of the game, and then I'm done, and I can move on to the next area of the game. I'm fucking hooked, dude. I'm 5-starring every depot. I'm trying to build things. I'm trying to be helpful and find routes and shit. Like, I'm torn this game up. I played 20 hours and I'm not even out of the first area. It's fucking crazy, dude. Like, for me, I don't play games at that fucking clip unless I'm just completely and utterly fucking like entranced by them. Dude, those fucking mule guys can't even touch me, dude. They're bitches. Out of 10, how am I liking it? Right now, it is a 10 all day for me. Like, there's not, like, I really love Kojima games usually. I'm a especially big fan of, like, Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2. His weird control schemes are really my only fucking like criticism, I guess. But once you learn it, it's not as fiddly as you might think it is. But it's a Kojima control string. So I use a controller, And you use every goddamn button on the controller, sometimes for 2 or 3 separate actions. So it's like you got different states you've got to learn that your character's in, crouching and standing, running and walking. Button presses will do different things the harder you press them. So if you just tap a button, it'll do one thing. If you hold a button, it'll do another. And every button on the face of the fucking controller is that way. So it's one of those games like where the learning of it was really hard, which I like those types of games. Like I'm into that type of shit. I like games with complex control schemes like Elite Dangerous, because once you master them, they're real fun to play. And this is very much that type of game. Like I could see a lot of people playing Death Stranding and just getting real fucking fed up and tired of like the control scheme and frustrated by the gameplay loop. But for me, it's like hitting on all cylinders for me right now. So fucking good. Would I consider playing Doom Eternal? Maybe. I'm super not hot to play a typical first person shooter anymore, dude. I've kind of been playing them for way longer than most people have, and they just don't have the shine for me anymore that they have for other people. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to be a dick, but first and third person, just competitive type, heads up shooter type, shooting gallery type games. Dude, I've been playing those games since I was like fucking 12, 11. You know what I mean? And like 92, dude. 91, 90. Wolfenstein was the first fucking first person shooter I ever played. I played the original Doom 1, 2, played 3 obviously when it came out, played Quake, played Hexen and its sequel. What was the Hexen sequel? Fuck. Heretic. These are games that like people don't even fucking remember. So you got to understand, like, Duke Nukem, played every fucking Duke Nukem, every old school one. I played it all, dude. I've played a lot of FPS. I'm just kind of tired of the typical shooter. Like the graphics have been dressed up, but the typical gameplay of it is very much the same as it's always been. And dude, I'm just tired of it. Like this game I'm playing right now, the one that I'm fucking gushing over, Death Stranding, is like, I don't know, dude. I've never played a game like it. It's fucking crazy. Like, I just have, that's kind of what I'm looking for anymore. Is just a game that is something like I've never played before. And Death Stranding is fucking insane. Like, it's an insanely weird experience. It's populated by all these, like, real life people. So you see Mads Mikkelsen here. It's got fucking, what's his name from the lead character is played by what's his name from fucking The Walking Dead, Norman Reedus. There's just a ton of people. Guillermo del Toro plays a fucking big ass role in this game. It's a fucking incredibly strange game. But it's so cool and so captivating. Like the gameplay loop of it is so incredibly captivating for me. This is actually really indicative of normal gameplay, what you're seeing here. It looks very cutscene-y, but that's basically what the game is and looks like. It's a beautiful, fucking crazy, dystopian future kind of game. Cutscene heavy at times, but then there are times where it's just like you're doing, it's hours that you're just trying to run. You play a cargo delivery guy in the post-apocalypse or whatever. I mean, that's the simplest way I can put it. You're like a guy that delivers shit. You deliver on foot, like is pictured here. And then you get access to vehicles. Like right now, I've got a trike thing that I can ride around, and it's basically your job to like fucking trek across the United States and reconnect all these people to a network that have been disconnected and deliver cargo that they need to survive at their remote outposts and shit, and find ways over mountains and around lakes and underneath things and over things. And it's very freeform. It's also kind of multiplayer. Things that other people have built can show up in your game world and vice versa. So the things that I build in my game world will show up for certain other people that are playing the game. It's not really known how people are separated or if it's just random, but when you load in, you might see my bridge chilling there, or my rope that I've installed, or my ladder that I've installed to make traversing something easier. And I'm just in love with this fucking game, dude. Like, I'm having an absolute fucking blast playing it. I've gotten good at the weird little control scheme of it to the point where I'm pretty fucking, you know what I mean? I'm pretty fucking proficient at dealing with what it's throwing at me, at least at this point. But like these dudes here, these are mules. These are like evil guys that want to steal cargo. So they're just trying to knock cargo off of your back, not necessarily kill you. They just want to steal what you're carrying. So, but I've gotten real good at dealing with these fuckos. Like, these guys don't even pose an issue for me anymore. I just like looking at it. The combat is not the point of the game, so it is very recommended that you don't engage in it unless you do it tactically. So the point of the game is definitely not combat. So if you're looking for like a super action heavy shooter type of game, fist fighter type of game, it's not that. Like, this is an open exploration game. There's really not a lot of games I can compare it to in terms of its tone, and like, it's just kind of its own thing. All the baby in the backpack womb. Yeah. BB is his name, and he helps you detect these things that you're seeing on the screen here. These things are called BTs. They're basically, like, from what I can understand so far in the story, there's like the souls of people that are on the other side or in some other dimension. And so, yeah, if you get attacked by them and caught by them, you get pulled into basically a boss fight. At the center of it, there's a giant boss fight. So, yeah, there's really, like, there's nothing for me to compare this fucking shit to. Like, this game is definitely in its own, like, I'm looking at shit now that's very spoilery for me because this is happening in an area that I haven't even gotten to yet. There is combat. Do you care about spoilers? To a certain extent I do, and to a certain extent I don't. Like, this game I'm going to be playing this game for a long time because I'm really being very fastidious about what I do in it and how much I do in it. So I would recommend it, dude. I highly recommend it if you are willing to learn its strange. What's the premise? I mean, I just kind of talked about it. The premise is you're a delivery man in a dystopian future where humanity has been reduced to just a number of cities that have no connection to each other anymore. And it's your kind of job to go out there and deliver these packages on foot to these kind of remote outposts and deal with all of the crap that lies between. Sounds like real life. I mean, the gameplay loop is very fucking satisfying for me, but it might not be for you. You know, it is not a combat heavy game, but when the combat does happen, it's very memorable and cool. So I don't know. I definitely recommend it. I can't stop thinking about it. Like, I literally can't stop thinking about the game. So there's definitely something awesome going on. I'm playing it on PC. Paul, you should look up the trailer for Half-Life Alex. I should. Why should I? Why would I? Might cop it. I need a new game. Well, if you've liked Kojima games in the past, if you've liked, it's reminiscent of Metal Gear Solid and all of its sequels and its control scheme and inventory management. It's very like if you've played a Kojima game before, then you'll have a little bit easier time getting into it. But it's definitely like if you invest the time to learn its little fucking gameplay quirks, it's a totally fucking doable game. And it's a lot of fun. Watch the Half-Life Alex trailer? No. He convinced me to pick up Death Stranding. Well, good. Hey, if just one person picks it up and enjoys it as much as I am, then I've done somebody a favor. Because, like, dude, I'm really fucking digging it. Really enjoying it for show. Bruh, Half-Life Alex is legit. Okay. Well, cool. I haven't even, like, I have never played a fucking VR game. I just don't know if it's for me, dude. I don't know if I need to step into VR. I don't think it was made for people like me. I'm a little jumpy. You know what I mean? I don't like this idea that I'm going to be actually thinking shit is jumping at me and shit. Like, I don't get off on that. Kyle Bradley, good night, Paul. Kisses. Yeah. Good night, I guess. Thanks for the $2, Kyle. I tried it and just kept hitting stuff. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I've never tried it, so don't get me wrong. Just know the zip lines are your friend once you get them. Zip lines. Oh. Yeah, I'm sure. There's all kinds of tools and shit that I've seen in the fucking trailers that I don't have access yet to, but I'm making my way through the game really well, dude. I feel like I'm doing really good. I've got like 1/10 of a star left at Capital Knot City. So I've got to do like basically one more delivery there, and I've 5-starred everything in the first area. It's taken me about 20 hours of back and forth and bullshit and learning the game to get to the point where like now I can jump on the trike and just ride all the way to fucking Port Knot City and all that shit. Who here likes drunken peasants? OMFG. Bittersweet Street. You're about to be thrown out onto the street. Quit wasting time, dude. Quit typing shit in the chat that means absolutely nothing. Quit wasting my time. Quit wasting everybody's fucking time. I may get Death Stranding. I was put off by the initial impressions when it was just on console. Dude, I don't know. Whatever. I think people are... I think it probably turns a lot of people off because they're not willing to fiddle with the fucking Kojima. You know, it doesn't control like you want it to. It controls like Kojima designed it to. And so you got to learn a whole center of gravity mechanic, and you got to learn all kinds of shit to play the fucking game. I would say it's got a pretty steep initial learning curve, like, but it eases you into it. Like, the game is pretty good at teaching you how to play it. But once you're kind of released into the world for the first time, you kind of hit this where you're supposed to apply all this shit that you've learned in the tutorial-esque stuff. And you start to understand it's a little more complex than they've given it credit for. And but once you've learned that and you're willing to keep learning hard lessons, that's another thing about playing games like this, is like, you're going to get fucked up sometimes. Like, it's happened to me. And you either reload or you just take the fucking L or whatever, but you're going to have to be willing to, like, lose some time because you fucked up and did something stupid and tried something that didn't work and you lost all your fucking precious cargo and shit. You got to go back and... Your dad was a drag. What is this? The 90s? What? A drag? I don't even think that, I'm from the 90s and we didn't used to say drag. Like, drag is from, like, the 60s, bro. Oh, don't be a drag, bro. Like, we weren't, like, that wasn't a 90s thing. Bro, don't Bogart that doobie, man. Yeah. Don't Bogart the fucking doobie, bro. Pass the Dutchie pun the left-hand side, bro. Got a real Beach Boys vibe going. Yeah, got a real Beach Boys vibe going for show. I remember a while back you said you like to watch gameplay channels and listen to them talk while they play games. Do you still watch any? Yeah, I listen to a few. I fall asleep to them sometimes. Which, that's not like a negative thing in my mind, by the way. Like, it's cool to find a person that's playing through a game that relaxes you to sleep. That's cool. But yeah, no, I watch a few gameplay channels and shit, but my favorite one is Games You Love, Life. Actually, my favorite thing to do in the world is to waste time of people that make fucking multiple constant accounts to come back and say one stupid thing and then get banned. What percentage nicotine do you vape? 1,000%, bro. Thanks for the 99 cents and the $2 there, boys. And I don't know what that is. Is that like a mushroom cloud or is that a fart? But whatever it is. Fart! Thank you for that, inverted Jesus. What are your post-Vosh discussion, Vosh, post-Vosh? What's your Vosh? Have you ever heard of H3H3? What do you think of H3H3? Oh my god, dude. H3H3 is not great, bro. Can we just be on it? Can I get real with you guys for a second? Can I say something that's going to be real controversial? That guy, whatever his name is, Ethan, whatever, is annoying as fuck, dude. I don't remember what his last name is, but you know who I'm talking about, the H3 dude. That motherfucker is annoying as fuck. He something about his fucking personality and his face just makes me like, I don't know, dude. I'm just not with it, and I'm not trying to hate. He's a content creator. I'm a content creator, but his shit, like, I try not to be exposed to it like as much as possible. Like you run into clips and shit that involve it because somehow, implausibly in my mind, he's popular, but I can't fucking stand the dude. And that's nothing, like just the way he presents is just all wrong for me. I don't know what it is. Ethan has Tourette's. Like, I don't care. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the fact that is just an annoying person. The way he talks is annoying to me. I think he's way less funny than a lot of people seem to think he is. Like, I don't know. I just don't see it. I've never really seen it. Bad take, also ironic because you're similar to him. Fair enough. I don't know. Like I said, I don't do a lot of watching of him. And the little bit of watching that I have run into has annoyed the fuck out of me. Yeah, I see a lot of myself in Ethan Klein, dude. No, we're very similar. I basically ripped off Ethan Klein's shtick. Now, can I tell you guys a secret though? This might blow your minds. One of the reasons I don't like Ethan Klein is because I'm a fan and have been for a long time of the great, the one, the only Leafy is here, dude. Look, say what you want about Leafy. I liked watching Leafy is here back in the day. And he has like a feud going on with H3H3 that I totally agree with, dude. I'm not trolling at all, dude. I love me some fucking Leafy, dude. Leafy is the realest, dude. Leafy is the realest, dude. You guys are all fucking haters, dude. You're all fucking haters. Leafy is the realest shit. Go watch one of his fucking videos, dude. He does the best teardowns. He does the best teardowns, dude. Leafy is the shit. He's just dude, you can hate all you want. You can hate all you want, dude. Nah, dude, H3 can't even fucking, they can't even raise a candle to Leafy, dude. I lost like 3 points. Well, dude, take all your points back, bitch. There you go. Now I lost everything. I just bet all my dumbass fucking points with you, and now I have 0. Get the fuck out of here. I'll take Leafy over Ethan. Dude, Leafy, I'm telling you, dude. Say what you want, man. I'm a Leafy fan. I've been watching Leafy a long-ass time. He recently came back after a long-ass fucking time. I was sitting out on my porch. It was like early in the morning. I'd gotten up on a show day, and I was like scrolling through YouTube on my phone kind of absent-mindedly, and I saw a Leafy video, and I was like, oh, no. And sure enough, he's back, dude. What's the beef with him and Ethan? I don't really know, to be honest with you. He reuses this like Ethan clip where Ethan is like, I would love to see Leafy come back and try and be successful in this climate, which is like number one, that's one of the reasons why I hate Leafy, or not Leafy, that I hate Ethan Klein, is because he's the type of person that says shit like that. I would love to see Leafy come back and try and exist in this climate. You know what I mean? It's like, and now Leafy is getting way more fucking views than H3H3 is. Like his videos are getting like 500,000 views at 3 hours old and shit. Dude has 4.5 million subscribers. Yeah, dude, I don't laugh I don't roll in the fucking aisles with Leafy, but I chuckle at Leafy's shit, dude. Leafy's pretty goddamn funny. Say what you want, dude. Speaking the truth. Leafy just does that SJW cringe stuff. Nah. Like back in the day, Leafy was kind of a bully. And now he kind of just bullies like YouTubers now, I guess. Like back in the day, he used to like find like cringe videos and react to them. Leafy was harassing and condoning the harassment of a mentally disabled kid. Hey, look, dude, we all make mistakes. We all make mistakes, dude. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck me, bro. Yeah, dude, I triggered this chat super fucking hard. Dude, I didn't know just invoking the name of Leafy would fucking take us to trigger level DEFCON 4, dude. Like, we're on DEFCON 4 right now, guys. This chat right here is at fucking triggered level DEFCON 4, and all I had to do was invoke the name of Leafy is here, dude. Oh, boy. Keemstar better than TJ. Dude, people underestimate Keemstar too. You want me to double down and trigger this chat extra dodeca hard? Dude, I'm an old school Keemstar fan. This is something you guys don't know about me. I used to watch Keemstar back when he was with a group of video makers that called themselves the FAG, the Federation of Asshole Gamers. They mostly did trolling in Halo and fucking early Call of Duty and shit like that. And I fucking loved watching Keemstar and that crazy group of dudes run around and get people pissed in games. Now, this should not shock you. I have told you guys in the past that when I play multiplayer video games, you guys know what kind of player I am, and you've all laughed and been like, oh yeah, that's hilarious. But now that I'm telling you I was into Keemstar back in the day when he was a video game troll video maker who used to go on like Halo and make people angry. Now people are like, what? No, dude. I like some Keemstar. Now, back in the day. Now, Keemstar now, I don't like the guy, but I have respect for Keemstar. I have respect for Keemstar that you don't really probably have to understand because you don't, most of you don't run a YouTube channel. But dude picked a part of the game. Dude went on the hustle. Dude went on the grind. And dude makes and made a bunch of fucking dough doing it. So despite the shit that he's been involved in that's fucking shitty and that I wouldn't condone, there's a base level of respect for that guy. You see what I'm saying? He's been in the game. Some gnomes have played the game and some gnomes have not. And all the motherfuckers doing shocked Pikachus in the chat right now, none of the motherfuckers have played the game, dude. Keemstar has played the game. I too have played the game. It's how I know another person who plays the game. And game recognized game. You ever hear this? Did your grandpappy ever tell you this? That game recognized game? Keemstar has been making a fucking living doing what I'm doing for twice the amount of time as me, at least. He's an original gangster. Game, recognize, game. I don't like what he does. I think Drama Alert is the shittiest shit that ever shat a shit. But you know what? Game, recognize, game, though. Drama videos done to a perfection. I don't know. I don't know if I used to love the FAG, dude. The Federation of Asshole Gamers there was some top tier shit. There was some, like, I laughed real hard at some of those videos back in the day. Of course, you know, I was in my like late 20s, probably. It's like 27. Different times. Keem is human trash. WizKid was better than that? No, he wasn't. Dude. See, this is the thing. I've been telling you guys, I've literally been trolling before there was an internet, right? And you're shocked that I have some baseline respect for Keemstar and I watch Leafy is here and chuckle at it. Both of these dudes are like, they're trolls. They've been out there on the troll grind. And they are fucking farming your fucking tears and your outrage and shit. Keem has doxed and swatted people. Dude, that's all part of the mythology now, bro. If it was true that Keem has swatted a person, he'd be in jail. That's not an offense that you get away with and scamper away like a little gnome, dude. If Keemstar has legitimately swatted a person, he goes to jail. He goes bye-bye. Keemstar ain't swatted nobody. It's ridiculous. His fucking he'd be bent over a bunk somewhere in a federal prison. He did, though. He actually called the SWAT team on somebody himself, and you have proof of this. He called 911 spuriously on somebody he knew wasn't committing a crime and alleged that there was a crime taking place. He did this on a stream. So you know that Keemstar done swatted somebody because Keemstar's got an audience full of fucking totally socially disconnected trolls. He incited it. Oh, okay. So now the fucking truth comes out. Keemstar didn't swat anybody. Some fucking autistic kid from his fucking fan base. So let me tell you guys, if somebody, some fucking autistic kid from the DFF fan base goes out and kills somebody or kills a bunch of people tomorrow and he's wearing one of our shirts or some shit, are you guys gonna fucking... Are we going to catch flack for that shit? Are you guys going to be like, oh, they incited this fucking incel to go out and kill? Is that the way it's going to go down? Like, come on, guys. Guilt by association. So he asked his fucking chat explicitly, like, somebody needs to go right now and swat this motherfucker. Go do it. What? Like, who are you? Go, you right there. Go swat. No. Get the fuck out, dude. Just get the fuck out of here, dude. He didn't swat fucking anybody. Just so stupid. You guys are so bought into the drama. He loves that, by the way, dude. If you think you're being anti-Keemstar by coming in here and going like, he swatted the dude, like just traveling around the internet like a little fucking vagrant, like popping in anytime you see Keemstar mentioned, going, he swatted a guy. Just like, he loves that shit. You keep his fucking memes alive. You keep the dream alive for him. You put fucking turkey on his table, bro. You don't get it? You don't fucking understand that you're out there like fucking advertising for homeboy when you just chase him around the internet to tell everybody, he's a bad guy. It's like fucking ridiculous shit, dude. Totally fucking ridiculous, spurious accusations. Like, if he was People don't tap dance. They don't do a little fucking gnome flip over a federal beef. Homeboy would be in jail. So get out of here with the nonsense. As far as I know, his fucking gnome bearded ass is still uploading video. Like he's still making YouTube shows. Let's get the fuck out of here. I love Paul, but man, these stream is very revealing. Dude, I come from a different generation, and let me tell you the number one thing about the generation that I came from, and this is something that I will never be able to stop doing. It was just how I was fucking raised, okay? My generation didn't give a fuck. We didn't give a fuck. We were not trying to get all emotionally offended about shit. It just wasn't. It wasn't on the fucking table, dude. And I'm not saying it's wrong to get emotionally offended, and I'm not saying it's wrong to call out bad behavior and toxic shit. But my fucking generation did not give two fucks about that shit. We were not looking. We were raised on sticks and stones may break my bones and words may never hurt me. And so when people run to me with like, he doxed somebody, he fucking blah, 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 that, and I'm supposed to go, oh, can't, you know, like I'm immediately supposed to react a certain way. And I react the way that I fucking was raised to react, which is who gives a fuck? Number one, no evidence of him doxing or not doxing, swatting. So him swatting somebody became, well, he incited a swatting. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Out of here with this shit. Dude, when you do the bait and switch on me in an argument, I immediately discard it. Now, maybe I'm wrong for that, but I just learned early on that if somebody starts the premise with a bait and switch, Keemstar fucking swatted somebody. Oh, yeah, there's evidence of this? Well, he incited it. Fuck you. Get out. Dude, you come at me fucking, dude, trust me. Like, once again, maybe it's a generational thing, but I can tell when a motherfucker is coming at me sideways. I can tell when a motherfucker is flying in this way and not coming straight on at me like a person should. You know what I mean? So it just doesn't fucking work with me. He had a dream about it, man. Keemstar fucking psychically implanted the idea into the guy that actually swatted. Get the fuck out of here. I feel like Dikembe Mutombo at times like that. I just like fucking reach up and swat the basketball away. I don't even jump. Just like, nope. Dikembe standing under their fucking hoop today. Get that bullshit out of here. Yeah. Feel like Yao Ming and shit. I'm just like, no. But that's just what I'm like, look, dude, I'm all for, like I said, if somebody's done some horrible fucking shit, I'm not going to fucking make apologies for it. But you got to fucking come at me with something a little stronger than than starting with like he doxed somebody. And I like, to be honest with you, I really don't care. That type of drama used to mean a lot more than it does today. This whole doxing shit is just not even a fucking thing anymore. Unless he's like a refugee in Iran. He's an atheist in Iran making anti-Iranian posts and somebody fucking reveals his name or some shit. Like this idea that your name is sacrosanct, that shit died on the fucking internet a long time ago. Your name is just out there already if you're on the internet. So this whole doxing shit has lost all its fucking credibility with me. Like, there's a difference between what people think is doxing and what I think is doxing. Like, for me, doxing is, this is where a person lives and you should go fucking harm that fucking person. This is where this person is going to be at this time in their private life and you should go there and fucking harass that person. You know, that's doxing. Like, revealing somebody's fucking first or last name or where somebody is from, that is not fucking doxing. Those are not documents. Those are not fucking secrets that everybody's fucking bound to fucking keep for you. Like, if you're stupid and you've put your name out there on the internet, he's going to find it. People are going to find it. And that's not on them. That's on you. It's public info. You know what I mean? He doesn't have some wizard hat that allowed him to divine somebody's fucking name. They put it out there. Now, you might say, well, they didn't want it out there, though. Then they shouldn't have put it out there in the goddamn motherfucking first place. I've been doxxed, like legit doxxed. What I consider doxing. The goddamn motherfucking manatee sent Joseph Martelli, a mentally unstable person with a gun, information about where me and my girlfriend lived. And Joseph Martelli posted a picture of the front door of my building in Bellevue, Washington. So, no joke, guys. I've been down the road. I know what a doxing is. And somebody finding out that your name is fucking Joe Smith is not it. That ain't it, bro. Yep, the Avalon Meidenbauer building. Still there in Bellevue, Washington. You can Google Earth it. Just fucking straight up told Joseph Martelli where it was when he was in town. Joseph posted this grainy fucking picture that was clearly from his phone of the front door that me and my girlfriend used every day to come and go from our fucking home. So I've been down the road, fellas. I've been doxxed, so I know what it is and what it isn't. Nexus lookup, or what did BK use? That's what I like. Whatever. I don't know exactly how he came across it, but I'm 99% sure that he probably knows somebody. So that would mean he'd be friends with somebody that works at the school district, somebody that has Nexus lookup access, somebody in the criminal justice system, maybe a court reporter or a fucking officer of the court, or a lawyer, or somebody that would have legit Nexus lookup. Fucking shit. Paul Keemstar gave the guy's full info and his wife's info in the chat. I don't give a fuck, dude. I just got done telling you that I came from the generation of I don't give a fuck. Unless Keemstar went over there and raped and bludgeoned these people to death, or they were killed because of Keemstar's orders, or Keemstar hired somebody to fucking kill and off these people, I do not give a fuck. Sorry, dude. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I'm all like, oh my God, wait a minute. He gave the guy's info and the wife's info too. Motherfucker, I've actually been through shit in my life. I spent hours sitting in the back of my own car with a fucking gun to my head and was made to walk naked out into a field at gunpoint and left there to fucking die in the middle of November. Do you think I give a flying fuck about this drama arc that you're so sold on that you're spamming my chat and making multiple fucking accounts to come in and talk about it? Give me a fucking break, bro. Hey, dude, do me a favor. If a fucking crime was committed, call the fucking police right now and report Keemstar and see how far that goes. See if it's not you that ends up with a charge for wasting the fucking police's time, you dumb fuck. If he did something that is so fucking reprehensible, like caused somebody to be swatted, call the cops right now, bro. Why are you in here? I'm not law enforcement. Get on the fucking phone with the FBI, bro. Go tattle in the right fucking place. Officer Paul, there's a gnome doing something bad over here. It's like, fuck, like, what am I, dude? Who am I? You guys think I'm the fucking internet enforcer? What do you want me to do, a strongly worded diatribe against an allegation that you've made against a dude that I don't even fucking watch anymore? It's like, what? No thanks. Pass on that shit. Don't give a fuck. It's that 90s don't give a fuck that's running through my veins, I guess. It's just like, whatever, dude. Come at me with some spurious fucking bullshit. Yeah, Constable Zigo on the fucking case, y'all. Like, get the fuck out of here with this shit. If a crime was committed, get on the phone with the goddamn police. Be coming in here fucking spamming my shit up with it, crying like a bunch of bitches about some fucking stupid shit nobody cares about. Soft ass fucking shit, dude. That's the fucking problem, man. People have like, and this is not always a bad thing, but dude, in a certain way, people are soft now, man. In comparison to even when I was a kid. Like, just like muffin, soft fucking people, just so easily destroyed, so easily fucking broken to pieces. It's so invested in interpersonal drama and parasocial drama and just so fucking fragile. So utterly and completely fragile. It's like, man. It bugs me, dude. It's just a fucking tough, it's a tough thing to fucking reconcile in my head because it makes no fucking sense. Like, I was prepped for shit to be fucked up. Because the truth of the matter is that you're always going to run into assholes in your life. If you're out socializing, like if this whole like crusade of, you know, hypersensitivity is about eliminating assholes from the planet, you're going to need to adopt some new fucking tactics or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? Like if you get, so like here's my, like my parents prepared me for that shit. They were like, look, you're going to run into people who are assholes. And here's how you deal with assholes. And here's how you don't let what assholes say about you get to you. And here's what you say back to assholes. And that was just part of it. Like, that was part of growing up, was like, my parents gave me an education in dealing with fucking assholes. And part of that education was not to give assholes what they wanted, which was a big emotional breakdown and shit. If you fucking play their game, if you jump on the bandwagon, if you start screaming bloody murder, they bask in that shit. They're looking for that negative attention. The best thing you can do, my mom said it, it's an old fucking saying, you hear it a lot, kill them with kindness. If you say anything to them at all, make it be a kind and aloof and dismissive thing. Best of luck. That's my favorite. Dude, you're better off just not spamming it. Like, you got a better chance of me actually reading and responding to what you're saying than spamming it. Like, just say what you got to say, dude. You're going about this in such a backwards way. It's like, spam something, get banned before Paul can really read it. Fucking go create a new account, come back, spam something. It's like, I want to fucking interview you, bro. Like, what is your life like? What are you doing? At what point did you take the time to set up 100 fucking YouTube accounts? Or are you doing this on the fly, taking 5 minutes each time to do it? And if so, like, to what fucking end? Have a wonderful day usually disarms an angry troll. I mean, I don't know about that. I mean, but yeah, that's your thing of choice. Mine is best of luck, dude. If I ever say best of luck to you, that's my way of telling you to go fuck yourself without actually saying it. There's a little secret about me. I'm modding Jason, by the way, just to make sure that he doesn't accidentally get banned by an overzealous Spectre. I don't expect Jason to use his powers at all, and if I see him using his powers, I'll unmod him. But I'm trying to do him a favor because Jason's the type of person that's going to get himself fucking banned. And because I know him IRL, I'm giving him a little deference, even though he's, I don't know. He believes in metaphorical reality or whatever the fuck, so... You know, he's a few fucking cold cuts short of a sandwich. You get my drift? Problematic just means interesting. Oh, okay. Paul, your generation wasn't tough enough to handle the rind of Zeo de Dong. That's true. We were utterly crushed by the rind of Zeo. I mean, but who could live under the rind of Zeo de Dong, dude? Yeah, I better not see you using that wrench at all, unless you're the only fucking person here and I ask you to use it. That is a courtesy wrench to you so that the stupid shit that you say doesn't immediately get you banned, so that I can make the final decision whether or not you need to be fucking banned. You're not a Spectre. You have not been badged. You're in training. It's a metaphorical wrench. Exactly. See, metaphorically, you have power here, but if you exercise it, you lose it. So that's a great example of metaphorical reality for you there. No, I ain't modding Cynic. Cynic's had his ass banned a couple of times. Sometimes Cynic just needs to catch a ban, dude. I heard that under the rind of Zeo de Dong, they served chili, no cheese. All right, J-Fam. Take a time out. People who are obsessed with manatee memes have no place in this chat. Think about it for 300 seconds and come back with something else to talk about, or prepare to get fucked out of the chat. Sometimes you got to iron fist this shit. See, some people just don't pay attention to their chat, or they set up some secondary means of policing their chat. Like, I think Vosh doesn't even pay attention to his YouTube chat. I think he just like runs it through his website. He's got a bunch of he's got this army of mods that just completely and utterly keeps it clean. And that's what he looks at and forces that extra step so he can ban people for real. And, that may be a smart way of doing things, honestly. But if you're going to run on an actual YouTube chat, sometimes you got to fucking clean house, bro. Let's hear some more controversial takes, Paul. Maybe we can drive some more of these people away. See, I don't think my takes are all that fucking controversial. See, that's the thing, as I never know what is going to cause a little storm of controversy in people. But you know what I mean? You got to ask questions, I guess, and I'll continue to fucking answer honestly. Paul, do you like Oasis? I liked Oasis back in the 90s. Don't Look Back in Anger, Wonderwall, etc. Start name dropping and people and watch chat's reaction. Name dropping people. No pineapple on pizza. Metallica really wasn't the pinnacle of metal like people said it was, at least not their newer stuff. I agree. There's a controversial take for a lot of people. Metallica 100% overrated. No different to me than a band like Oasis or something that had a couple of really popular songs. Like they don't deserve any more fucking accolades in my mind. They had a couple of songs that were good back in the day. Like I like Unforgiven. I like Enter Sandman. They had, they're okay, but they're like looked at as like these metal gods or something. And it's like, I never bought that shit. I've told you guys the story of when I went to the Summer Sanitarium tour in like 2002 or some shit, and they were headlining that, and me and my friend left before they finished their first songs. We were bored. Like we sat through all the other bands and wore ourselves out, and then we got to fucking Metallica, and we were like, do we really want to listen to these fucking dudes who by that time, by the way, were old as fuck already? Like do their old fucking hits and then all their new shit that sucks. And, Waylon, who was there with me, was like, nope. I was like, let's fucking go home then. And we got out of the parking lot before the big crush of people leaving after the fucking concert and shit. No hassle, no muss, no fuss. It was great. So fuck Metallica. How about that? How's that for a take? Outright fuck Metallica. Their songs, like even the ones that are good, are boring to go back and listen to now. There are better songs. There are better like metal songs to listen to if you want to headbang or fucking... fuck Metallica. Metallica sucks. It's old. It sounds old. It's shitty. It's fucking derivative. People that get all worked up to Metallica, they just like, I don't know, dude. Something snapped in their fucking personality. They got a couple of good songs, but they ain't worth this fucking worship and reverence that people give them. Fuck a Metallica. Kiss, I feel the same way about Kiss, honestly. Like, they got a couple of good songs, but fuck Kiss. Like, you don't see what Kiss's game is. Kiss has been playing the PR drama game since before you guys even knew it existed. Kiss just sucks. The band sucks. The songs kind of suck. I never go like, you know what I want to listen to? Detroit Rock City, bro. I want to listen to fucking... I want to rock and roll all night and party every day, dude. That's what I'm going to put on. Never, like, I've never said or thought those things in my fucking life. Fuck that band. My top 10 one-hit wonders, I don't know, dude. I don't have a top 10 list just, like, prepared in my brain for every esoteric concept. But, like, some of my, like, the 90s was the one-hit wonder time, dude. That was, like, there were tons of them. Marcy Playground, Sex and Candy comes to mind. Fucking Harvey Danger, Flagpole Sitta. Trying to think of other like genuine one-hit wonders. Ben Folds 5. I mean, I think they had a couple of hits, but really they were a hit because of Brick. So they were basically a one-hit wonder band. There were tons of them, man. Smells Like Teen Spirit. Yeah, except for like 3 or 4 songs on that album attained like platinum single level. Like that, and that was just their first album. Their second album was like even more popular. New Radicals, yeah, New Radicals. Lisa Loeb, yeah. There was a lot of like female rock and soft rock singers back in the 90s, which I actually kind of miss. Like Lisa Loeb, Natalie Imbruglia had that song Torn. Chumbawamba. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Four Non-Blondes, yeah. Another one-hit wonder. A lot of them, dude. There were tons of them. Torn is a cover. Not in my mind, it isn't. Torn is a fucking Natalie Imbruglia song. Bjork, yeah. Bjork was kind of a one-hit wonder in the 90s that endured because she was strange, but never really had another giant hit. Yeah, Bjork got big in the 90s on the strength of Human Behavior, which was like her one real big hit. Bittersweet Symphony, yeah. Who did that? That's by the Verve Pipe, I think. There were 2 songs. There was the Verve, and then there was the Verve Pipe, and I can't remember which one is which. Oh, it's okay. So it was the Verve. The Verve Pipe then did Freshman, also another one-hit wonder band, by the way. So the Verve did Bittersweet Symphony, and the Verve Pipe did Freshman. Okay, got it. The Proclaimers, yeah, I would walk 500 miles. I have kind of an encyclopedic knowledge of one hit wonder and like pop, rock, and rap music from the 90s. I know a lot about it, dude. I was really immersed in the music shit. So I know all about that shit, dude. Tub Thumping by Chumbawamba, dude. He takes a whiskey drink, he takes a vodka drink, takes a lager drink. Have any guilty pleasure songs? I don't really assign guilt to the things that I fucking like. I don't really like the term guilty pleasure because it implies that I should be like, I listen to this and like it. But no, I'm pretty open about the shit that I like. Like if I like it, I'll tell you. And if I dislike it, I'll tell you. I don't hide shit. So it's just like, it's like, you know, people finding out earlier that I watch Leafy Is Here and getting all bent out of shape about it. It's like, you know, sometimes it just doesn't come up, but I like what I like. Ace of Base. Ace of Base had a couple of fucking hits though. They had I Saw the Sign, and then they had All That She Wants, which all that she wants is another baby. She's gone tomorrow, boy. So they're not technically a one-hit wonder. They had a couple of hits on that album. So but good band. I liked Ace of Base. Discount ABBA. Okay, well, whatever. Discount ABBA is still pretty badass then. Right Said Fred. I'm too sexy. Yeah. I'm too sexy for this shirt. Too sexy for this shirt. So sexy it hurts. What a fucking song. What a dumb song, dude. The Wallflowers weren't a one-hit wonder though, because they had One Headlight and they had a number. They had there was a couple at least. They had at least one other hit. I can't really remember what it is now. I'm trying to think. What was their shit? Yeah, Third Eye Blind had a ton of fucking hits. They had Jumper, which is Wish You Would Step Back from That Ledge, my friend, blah, blah, blah. And then they had Graduate, I think it was called. Can I graduate? And then they had I Want Something Else to get me through this semi-charm kind of life. Yep, how's it going to be? Nena, 99 Red Balloons. I like the Russian version better, the German version, sorry. Non, streck Luftballon, strock Ügen, Flügen, Schlucken, Eisen. It's like, yeah, that's the one I like. Violent Femmes, yeah. Well, I'm walking, I strut my stuff, and I'm so strung out. Mambo number 5, dude. A little bit of Rita in my life. A little bit of Cheetah in my life. A little bit of Rita's what I need. A little bit of Tina's what I see. Oh, boy. Real Big Fish had a couple of hits, though, because Real Big Fish did, they had that, what was their big one? They had a big one outside of Take On Me. It wasn't Real Big Fish that did that song, The Impression That I Get, was it? Oh, Sell Out with Me. Yeah, you're right. It was Sell Out. Who was it that had that song? They're another ska band. That's the impression that I get. Yeah, the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. Yeah, you're right. There you go. Haven't thought about that band in fucking forever, dude. I was into ska briefly. I mean, it got big in the 90s. it came in for like a year in like 93, 94 was big. I like ska too, dude. Blues Traveler, yeah. Give me the runaround, that song. John Popper, though, legitimately talented fucking singer and musician. Oh, dude, yeah, The Flies, Got You Where I Want You. Yep. Nostalgia, dude. All the old fucking one-hit wonders. Silverchair. Dude, the fucking lead singer of Silverchair was like 15 or 14 or some shit when that band started. Legit prodigy, dude. And that first album, Frog Stomp, rocks. That Silverchair album is dope. Water out of the tap is very hard to drink. Good shit, dude. Yeah, I remember Crisscross. Yeah, dude. Jump. Everything is to the back with a little slack, because inside out is wiggity, 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 whack. The Toadies did Possum Kingdom. Dun make up your mind. Do. Decide to walk with me. Do. Around the lake tonight. Yep, the Toadies. That's a good song. Is Broken Wings a one-hit wonder? Yeah, that's an 80s song, though. Mr. does that song, and that they didn't really have another song that broke like Broken Wings did, but definitely a one-hit wonder. 90s was a trashy decade. Yeah, it was, man. It was fucking great. Oh, man. I can feel the salt pouring off of you that you weren't at your peak in the 90s like I was. Drops of Jupiter is an early 2000s song by was that Train, I think. Doesn't really fit. Same thing with You're Beautiful. You guys are starting to get in the early 2000s now. I can't remember the name of that guy, but yeah, the song that You're Beautiful. That's not a 90s song. That's an early 2000s song. Karma Chameleon, that is not a 90s song either. That is an 80s song. That's a Boy George song, or I guess a fucking, what was his band? Culture Club. Yeah, Cake, not a one hit wonder, because they had Going the Distance, and then they had Never There. That's my favorite Cake song, by the way, is Never There. That's a great song. I wish I could just play songs for you guys while we talk about these, but you can't really do that. Cake was pretty fucking dope. I actually saw Cake get booed off the stage though once, no joke. They were opening for oh fuck. The name of the goddamn band. I've told this story before, and I'm brain farting on the name of this fucking band that I shouldn't. Gwen Stefani's fucking band back then. What were they called? I don't know why I'm just a girl, all that shit. Anyway, they were opening for Gwen Stefani's. Yeah, No Doubt. Thank you. They were opening for Gwen Stefani's band, and I took both of my little sisters for their birthday to see No Doubt. But I went because I wanted to see Cake, and they were opening. And, dude, them No Doubt fans were not having Cake. I remember they got booed off the stage during this weird, like, beatnik song. It was like, birds fall from the windowsill above mine and then flap their wings at the last second. And it was just like this groove. Birds fall from the windowsill above mine. And like shit just started hitting the stage, and they were like, boo, and they just went off the stage, and like 20 minutes later they brought out No Doubt, and I was like, oh, fuck, man. That was pretty harsh to watch, but whatever. It's not the only time I've seen somebody get booed off stage. My favorite time was watching Limp Bizkit get booed off stage. That shit was fucking legendary. I wish cell phone cameras were a thing. I wish I had footage of that shit to show you guys. So it was back in the day before everybody had a camera in their goddamn a video camera, you know, right on their phone and shit. So, but dude, watching Limp Bizkit get booed off stage was fucking amazing, bro. Dude, you have no idea. I've told this story before, but fuck it, it makes me happy. So I'm gonna tell the story again, and then maybe we'll end the show on that. But fucking dude, okay, so we went to that summer sanitarium that I was talking about. A lot of harder, edgier bands were playing. So like Deftones, fucking. I'm trying to remember the lineup. I always have a hard time now remembering the lineup. So the Deftones were there. Linkin Park was there. Of course, Limp Bizkit. And there was one more. Who did, it was Mudvayne. So Mudvayne, right. So like, there's just a lot of harder, edgier music there. And then, so I remember we were tired, right? And Limp Bizkit was coming right before Metallica. And so me and Waylon kind of like retreated to the stands to catch our breath and shit. And we're sitting there, and they set up for Limp Bizkit, and all this on the big Trinitron over the stage. All of a sudden, there's Boy George's ass in these tight 80s jeans, these nut hugger 80s jeans, shaking back and forth. And the beat to Faith starts. And like the ass would shake with the beat. Dude, fucking I've never experienced anything like it in another fucking at another fucking concert in my life, dude. I've never experienced anything like it. Garbage literally rained onto the stage. Literally, like, not just 1 or 2 or 5 or 10 bottles flying through the air. Literally fucking just bottles from every fucking angle and every part of that crowd just rained onto that stage. And fucking, you know, I saw fucking Durst get hit. Everybody in the band got hit. It was a literal garbage cloud in the air. Just all the wadded up rappers from like fucking half-eaten fucking chili dogs and shit. Just like, you know what I mean? And fucking, Fred Durst steps up to the mic, right? And he's like, "Oh, y'all ain't got no love for Limp Bizkit?" And just another, just like, boo, you know, and just, and he's like, "I know what I'm going to do then. I know how to handle this." And he walks off stage and everybody cheers because they think he's rage quitting. But he comes back out with a shotgun. I shit you not. This was the craziest shit. It was a prop shotgun. Spoiler alert. Comes back out with a shotgun. He goes, "Y'all want to get rowdy? I got my shotty." And he busts off what is clearly like supposed to be like a fake shotgun round, but it just goes like, it was and just garbage again. He could have pointed the fucking shotgun out towards the audience. He was like, "I got my shotty." Boo. Like, it was clear it was just like a fake prop fucking shotgun he was probably going to use at some part of the fucking performance and bring it out. It was like a confetti cannon shotgun. It was just like a pyro shotgun that was made to look like it went off. So he was probably going to use it as part of his set, but he got mad at so he brings out this fucking fake shotgun and points it at the fucking audience and goes, and it just goes, and the audience just boo, and they just left. Like, they literally, the whole band just stood up and walked off the stage, and the fucking roadie guys came out and swept all the garbage off the stage and took all the shit down and started setting up for Metallica. He didn't even get to play like the first verse of Faith. Well, I guess it would be, and that was about as far as he got. Dude, great shit. Great shit. Fun stuff. Well, that's about it. That's about what I've got for you. Have a good night. Thank you guys for chilling. It's been fun. It's been real. But has it been real fun? The eternal question remains unanswered.